Well, they walk straight into the lion's den. Cutting someone off mid-thought or during a question is already bold, but doing it to Joe Rogan? Bad idea. Spoiler alert, it backfires. Joe doesn't exactly take interruptions lightly, especially not on his own turf. From Neil deGrasse Tyson to Steven Crowder, we're diving into some classic moments where guests learned that the hard way. And yes, even Jamie found himself in the crossfire once. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more videos like this.
Distant future, you can just redirect a comet and get all the water you need, but...
How far distant is that?
The comet's everywhere, dude. We're in a shooting gallery.
Yeah, that's not what I asked.
Oh.
How far away do you think it is before we could redirect
how far away in time?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. Because when ice melts, it takes up lower volume than it was when it became ice. And that's why pipes break.
I thought pipes break just because the water expands.
Yeah, I just described that in the opposite direction.
Oh, so because as it freezes it, but I didn't know it gets larger.
That's what expansion means. What's with your vocabulary here? Whatever is your concept, the discoveries of astrophysicists bring you closer to it.
I get your perspective. Let me be the opposing view. They feel...
No, I'm not trying to...
No, I know you're not.
This is just information.
Okay.
This is information, and I walk out of the room.
Believe it or not, this wasn't Neil's first rodeo on the show, so you'd think he'd know the flow by now. But nope. His trademark habit of steamrolling the conversation was in full force. Yes, his scientific takes are intriguing, no doubt, but there's a limit to how much airtime one guy can hog, especially when he's cutting in every 5 seconds like he's on a deadline. Joe's patience, wearing thin, and the vibe getting more uncomfortable by the minute.
I think the real problem, too, is I think it's
if you value mountain climbing...
That's the thing about
By the way,
every
you see this?
People's pee is in it.
That's correct.
How much of a...
By the way, all the glaciers are fresh water. Here's something that no one talks about. When the glaciers melt, where does the water go? Where does it go? Just tell me. You know the answer. Just
into the ocean?
Back in the ocean.
Oh.
That's the map of dark matter in the universe. That's a three-dimensional map.
I've tried to give that a shot.
No, we don't know what it is, so don't worry about it if you don't understand it.
Yeah, but it's too goddamn confusing for me.
No, it's not confusing at all. It's not. It's something out there that has 85% of the gravity of the universe, and we don't know what the hell it is.
That's not confusing?
It's not confusing. It's
if you don't know what the hell it is, it's confusing by nature. When I've talked to other astrophysicists and scientists...
Wait, let me ask. Are these conversations supposed to have a theme or a purpose? Or is it just you sit there and just whatever comes to your head, you send my way?
You and me?
Yeah.
Well, clearly, it's just whatever comes to my head.
I don't know.
That is, if Joe even gets a chance to say what's on his mind. The comment section went savage on this episode. One viewer joked, "I feel like Neil deGrasse Tyson didn't let the guests speak much." While another added, "Imagine 2 Neil deGrasse Tysons in a room. It'd be a black hole of interruption. Neither one could talk and they'd implode under the weight of their own non-stop commentary." Up next, Adam Curry, who made the bold move of cutting Joe off before he could even finish asking a question.
Right? If they decided to have an Apple coin, and you'd buy all Apple products with Apple phones, Apple iMacs, and you just invest in... What do you mean no? Hold, please.
I'm going to tell you what it is.
Hold, please. Let me finish. You let people invest in being a part of the company. So you buy coins, and through those coins, you can buy products, and you can invest a certain amount, and the coins go up, you actually make money. The coins go down, you lose money. And as the company keeps doing better, it's almost like another version of stocks or something. And you buy it all through that. Is that possible?
Possible.
Now that you heard me all the way through.
Sorry.
Is that possible?
It's a very bad habit
No,
I have.
that's okay. You're just excited to talk.
I'm a know-it-all. I'm very excited
you're smart.
about it.
You're excited to talk.
If you're not familiar with the guy, he's literally the original podcaster. Some even call him the Podfather. He and Dave Weiner co-created a program called iPodder, which let users download internet radio broadcasts straight to their iPods. By the way, I couldn't help but notice you haven't liked the video or subscribed yet. What are you waiting for? Now, I've got to give props to Adam for his quick recovery. He realized he was interrupting and immediately dialed it back, but nothing compares to the fiery exchange between Joe and Steven Crowder. It's hands down one of the show's most unforgettable moments.
That's not necessarily true if people allowed to grow it
Maybe it's not
themselves.
necessarily true. I'll give you that. But I also think it's not necessarily true that the reason people can't smoke up is because Big Pharma is sitting somewhere, Martin Shkreli going, oh, let's make pot illegal.
Well, not that
That's
guy.
my only point.
But there are absolutely people who have lobbied, as we talked about how the prison guard union has lobbied to keep marijuana illegal. There's absolutely pharmaceutical companies have done the same thing. It was revealed in the WikiLeaks memos.
See, this is where I was saying
don't interrupt me. Where Hillary Clinton said that she's against marijuana in every sense of the word, right? You remember those WikiLeaks papers that came out?
Yeah.
Is he? He said he would leave it up to the states. Yeah. That's actually a constitutional approach.
But cannabis is one topic you really don't want to casually toss into a conversation with Joe Rogan, unless you're fully prepared for a passionate, gloves-off debate. Joe's been outspoken about it for years, constantly highlighting its benefits and going after what he sees as myths or double standards. His intensity on the subject is crystal clear, though at times it borders on defensive, especially when someone pushes back. And the second weed gets mentioned, you can almost see Joe winding up to unload a barrage of facts and personal stories. But Crowder, he's not the type to fold, and that's exactly what sparked this fiery exchange.
Holla at Colorado.
Yeah. But another thing that we just wrote about, and again, people get mad with the weed issue. Well, no, traffic fatalities regarding marijuana have skyrocketed.
Google that, because that's nonsense.
No, we wrote about it
drunk driving arrests have dropped. What do you mean first of all?
Yeah, we wrote about what the source is, the original studies.
Just because someone gets in an accident and they're high. Hold on, stop.
No, hold on a second. This is
you interrupt way too much. You need to stop.
You talk
hold
in
on
paragraphs.
No. I don't talk in paragraphs. I make full points. If people are high a lot and the same amount of fatalities exist, but the people that get checked once they get into these accidents happen to be high, it does not necessarily mean that marijuana caused those fatalities. It could be that you have an increased incidence of people doing marijuana and altercations that could not have been avoided.
It could be.
But
the statistical change is measurable.
Well, what is it?
From pre and
You're
post.
talking about in Colorado.
In states where it's been decriminalized or legalized.
Let's go with Colorado.
And it kept going like that for a solid 10 minutes. The comment section lit up with people roasting Joe and calling him an a-hole for how he handled it. Eventually, he posted a long apology on Instagram. Part of it read, "Well, this one went off the rails for a while. First of all, I genuinely like Steven as a person, and although I might not agree with him about everything, I think he's a good man. During the podcast, we got into the subject of marijuana, and by that time we, especially me, were quite a bit drunk and didn't exactly handle the conversation really well." He continued, "Judging by my personal level of regret after this reaction, I am f***ed up. I take 100% responsibility for it going off the rails, and I'm truly sorry if it upset any of you that listen to or watch this. Personally, I don't think he needed to apologize, but it really shows the kind of character he has. And to wrap things up, let's talk about one of the rare times Jamie caught a stray. And yeah, it's kind of hilarious."
Huge turnout, Joe. Huge turnout. Gigantic.
What's the number?
I'll pull them up for you right now.
It's 102 early.
Whoa.
And
I didn't vote because I thought too many people were voting.
Get this. Isn't the early vote more than all of the vote from
No, it was
some years?
Yes, that's what I was going to say. For Texas specifically.
How about you let him answer since he's the f***ing expert?
You're looking at me.
Jamie's like, no.
For Texas specifically, yes. Texas passed the total number of votes in their pre-voting.
This one's from the End of the World #2 episode, which dropped just a day before the 2020 elections. And honestly, Joe should never forget. Jamie had an A in physics and always laughed at his jokes when nobody else did. So yeah, put some respect on my guy's name. But hey, I'd love to hear what you think, so let's get the conversation going in the comments below. And if you want your friends to relive these epic moments, don't forget to share the video with them. Thanks a ton for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.